Hello and welcome to the channel. In today's video we are going to check out this DC Direct via McFarlane Toys Batman the Animated Series 4-pack featuring Batman, Harvey Bullock, the Joker, and Harley Quinn. I think this set might be a Walmart exclusive, but don't quote me on that. That's where I found it. I found it in the adult collectors section. So if you don't see it in the regular toy aisles, make sure to check out that area to see if they have it stored behind like a counter or something. That's where I found it. Here's the back of the box. It's just showing you all of the figures in the set. Pretty simple, right? Batman the Animated Series on the side. And again, we're looking at the front here. Whoops. Now is a perfect time as ever to cut, and let's break out these figures from the box. Okay, so first we're going to look at the figures individually, and then we'll check out the accessories because they all got a whole bunch of different stuff. But to start off, we're gonna start with the main dude, Batman. Let's see. Let's see if we can get him on a good pose here, where he won't fall off. And then, okay, that's the best we're gonna do it for right now. Let me just zoom in just a little bit. There we go. So there we have Batman. The figure, I believe, is around 6 inches. Don't quote me on that. I don't have a ruler here next to me. But for comparison, just because I just did a whole bunch of reviews, this is the Zarana from the classified series. So she's about 112 scale. She should be around 6 or so inches. So just for comparison. And yeah, this is a representation of Batman from the animated series, the one that first aired on Fox, 1992, 91, 92. As you can see, he is also cell shaded, which is fine, cool. It's done in a very nice way. I've seen some bad cell shading before on some figures, but on this one here, he looks like he's done pretty cool. Let's just get a close-up here on the figure. Look at his face here. See if we can get it to focus. There we go. The paint looks to be applied pretty sharply. Well, I mean, a little fuzzy here on the bottom of the mask where it meets the cheek. And a little fuzzy there on the top of the eyes. But there we got that famous pronounced chin from the animated style. Decent up and down movement. Again, let's remember these are DC Direct figures. These aren't like the McFarlane that have hyperposability, the multiverse line, right? So these are limited in their posing. only have a single elbows. The arm goes up to here. The hinge for the hand goes just in and out, or depending if you have it up and down, but it's only one way, so mostly in and out. But it does have multiple hands, right? Multiple accessories. Let's take a look here at the printing of the bat emblem. You can see it's like embossed. So, but the paint is applied pretty cleanly. We got a little smudging on this side. Right. And the bat belt looks pretty well painted. Got some more cell shading there on his undies, on his trunks, and then on his boots. So if you notice, his arms are pinless, but the knees are not. So the legs go up about this high before it wants to return it itself down. They're on a ball peg. And then the knees are double jointed, although the plastic here on the back of on the knees for the hinge looks sturdy enough. But there we go. Now I got it going. So there we have the double bended knee, and then the hinge for the feet. He goes up and down, very pointy feet, and oh yeah, and he does have an ankle rocker. We got a boot cut. As far as the forearms, no, nothing on the arms other than just the elbow. And again, the head gets a little side to side and up and down. Then we can see more of that cell shading on the cape. Again, like the cartoon, the cape blue on the inside, black on the outside, although the cape is supposed to be blue. But because of the shadows and all of that, it looks like it's multicolored. So there we have Batman. Pretty cool figure. I never owned any of the Kenner figures of the original animated series line, or any of the DC Direct figures that were released before. So the set, I'm glad to say this set is coming out right now. The set is a little pricey. It is $99.99, but again, you're getting 4 figures, so and a bunch of accessories. So basically, you're paying, $25 per figure, all at once, right? So, so yeah, that's the Batman. Let me pause and let's see who we'll be looking at next. All right, so up next we're looking at the Harvey Bullock figure. One thing I believe what is going on with this set, Harvey Bullock seems to be like a weird choice for this set, because considering maybe they could have included like a Robin, right? So they could have had Batman and Robin to go with the Harley and the Joker figure. They maybe could have had even a Commissioner Gordon instead of Harvey Bullock. They could have even included a Catwoman instead of Harvey Bullock. But I believe what is going on is this set is based on a particular episode from the animated series. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I believe that is the reason why we've got Harvey Bullock included in this set. I don't know the name of the episode, but I believe that is something that I heard on another when the set was announced on some other by some other reviewers site. I believe that's something that he mentioned. It might have been Toy Shiz, I don't remember, but I believe that's the reason why we've got a Harvey Bullock included. So yeah, let's have a look at Harvey here. Um, one thing that I noticed as I was pulling him out of the packaging, his cell shading is also pretty nice. But once you get to the once you get to his head here, or his face, you can see that line going across from his cheek, but down by his sideburn and underneath the hat, the brim of the hat. So by all of his eye, his entire forehead. His entire forehead is in a different color, in a different shade, right? He's even got the blacks around the eyes, simulating, of course, like a shadow, right? Come with a light hitting him from the top. You can see the shadow continuing from the side, which is weird because if he's got a shadow hitting him from the top and is casting a shadow down here, then his coat, his jacket should also have a shadow on this side, but they didn't paint that, and then decided to paint the rest of the arms or the sleeve, right? But anyway, you can see his he's got a crooked necktie, and then his hat is not removable. It's glued on there, and then from the back, right, his pants go all the way down to the floor. He's got really tiny feet, but he still manages to stand up pretty nicely. Keeping the camera here, trying to get a better position for myself. All right. So let's check out the articulation on this guy. Squeaky arms going back and forth. Hinge all the way to get a T-pose, which is nice. And then again the single joint elbow, which is a little stuck, but the hinge looks hefty enough that you can, force it and get it to bend. So don't be scared. It does get a little softer, but still heavy, really clicky, really heavy. Then we've got the hand. Again, it hinges just inside and outside, but it does rotate, obviously, because you can remove it. No waist articulation on this guy. His head does move up, down, so it moves down at the base of the neck. Okay, and then his feet can go up that high. The knees can only go that far back, but the knees are softer. So as the legs. He can hinge out, but the coat gets in the way of the movement. But you could probably get a 90 degrees, but I don't think you want to bend them too much because that does look a little ugly. Maybe something just like that, a little wider stance, right? And the feet are you can move them side to side, but I cannot move them up or down or ankle swivel. So the feet, you can only move them side to side. And the coat is glued right here at the shirt, so there's no opening even the coat further here from the top. So you only get the movement here on the rubber below the belt line. So there we have a look at the Harvey Bullock. And let's see who we're looking at next. And before moving on to the next figure, I guess I should mention our size comparison between the two figures we've had so far. So here we have Batman and Harvey, relatively the same size, although you could say Batman is taller. Just look at his shoulder, compare their shoulder heights. But overall, the figures themselves are the same height because of the his hat and the pointy ears. So relatively the same size, but I guess the figure, you could say Batman is taller than Harvey, right? Because they do not look eye to eye, really. All right. Okay, so next, in case you haven't guessed already, we are going in order of in which they are packaged. So up next we've got Joker. Joker, of course, the Clown Prince of Crime. Batman's most deadliest nemesis and oldest nemesis. Here we have him in his his classic look. The purple suit with the lapel flower, and I don't even know, it's not a tie. I don't know what you call that he has hanging from his neck. If it is, what do you call that type of handkerchief style tie? I don't know. Although he's only got the orange shirt, but there is no collar on the shirt underneath, so it's just like he's wearing a t-shirt. But anyway, let's take a closer look here at the Jokers. So a very demented look on this sculpt. Is that? I want to see what do we have on his nose. It looks like we might be having a QC issue with the nose, or if it's part of the sculpt, because you can see from the edge of the nose, if this thing will focus. You can see that there's, I want this to focus a little bit, come on. There's something going on by the tip of his nose. Right there, you can see, let me see if I can point it out. Right about here, you can see that there's like a rough spot here. But I don't know if because of the sculpt of the hard ridge of the nose going down and on the side, if it's just because of that. Because by looking at it through the camera, it's noticeable, but to the naked eye, I can't even tell that there's something. So that could be something to look for you know. Let me just give me a quick second here. Yeah, it does look like it might be just some paint gunk. Oops. There might be some just paint gunk right there by the nose. So maybe sanding it down and repainting would fix the issue. But again, you know, just something in case you want to look at the figure before buying it, right? But before buying the set, right? If it's something that bothers you. But anyway, let's check out oh, sorry, we were looking at the figure. So the paint app on the hair is pretty simple, pretty basic. The eyes are painted well enough. The shading around the eyes is pretty cool and crisp. Of course, he's got the red mouth with the yellow teeth. Although you could say, since there's red in between the teeth, his gums are bleeding. I don't know, but hey, it makes sense for the Joker. The head does go up and down, although not too much. You can go side to side with some whimsical tilting of the head. Like I mentioned, he does come with that lapel flower. Usually that sprays out his Joker acid. That furrowed necktie, the orange shirt, and then we've got his purple suit with some cell shading here on the side. And up and down the sleeve, both sleeves on the inside of the sleeves, and then on the inside of his pants. Through the back, pretty bare, no other than the same spots. Right. And then his feet, his pointy teeth. I can't speak. His pointy feet. So let's checking out the articulation. We already checked out the head. The arms go straight up and give you the T pose. His elbow bends 90 degrees. Again, the fists only go inside and outside, but again, you can twist it. No waist. I believe the Batman didn't have a waist either, right? No, the Batman didn't have a waist either. So the feet. His legs can kick up perfect 90 degrees, and the knees bend not quite 90. He's doing the crane kick here. Right? His feet can only go side to side, so he can't pull off the crane kick perfectly. There is no tiltage. Nope. And his legs can do way more than a Van Damme split. So there you go. Decent posability on this guy. Of course, we're only missing a waist swivel to pretty much complete. If he had a waist swivel, I wouldn't have bothered that his feet don't tilt. But if they added a waist swivel on these figures, I think that would have been way more than perfect. All right, so there we have the Joker. I'm just gonna pause and take out the final figure of the set. And before moving on, just some height comparisons between the Joker and the Batman. Joker is leaning too much on the back, man. Here we go. I'll just hold him up. But again, now you can clearly see Batman is taller than the Joker here. Right? Okay. And of course, finally, we have the Harley Quinn. One thing I immediately noticed is that this figure is really, really, really dainty. She weighs practically nothing compared to even the Joker or the Batman, but I mean compared to the Harvey Bullock, which is the heaviest figure of the set. The Harley weighs practically nothing. Let's look at let's take a closer look here at Harley's figure. Pretty much no cell shading whatsoever, other than these white marks on her on the black spots of her costume. You can't really tell if that she's cell shaded at all. Let's have a closer look at the figure here. Take a look at her face sculpt and all of that. Very nicely painted. You can see her face isn't really white. It's got like a minty blue hue to it, almost. If you take her eye colors, but then add a shade of gray to it on top, that's pretty much the color of her face. Because white, stark white, is her, what do you call this? Her fluffy fur on her neck piece. That's white. The puffy parts on her hat, those are white. Same as on her sleeves. So her face isn't totally white. As far as articulation, she does have a lot of range looking up and down. It is on a ball peg, right? I'm assuming all the others are as well. So she does get a lot of wiggly waggly. Her arms can go 360. You can see the elbow bend there. Oh, now we see some cell shading right here underneath her arm. So her costume is a pretty stark red. This is almost like a what do you call it? Like a magenta red underneath for the shading. But there you can see. Let's see how far we can lift her arm. That's about it. We're not getting the full T pose. There's a lot of flash left on her you can see all of that plastic flash that still remains here from the figure, but it's still, you're still able to bend it. So I'm just gonna need to have to cut that off, all that extra plastic. Look at that. Her her wrists can only go like all the other ones, in and out. And of course you can twist them. Her, again, no waist. Her legs can go she can do the split, but oddly enough, the Joker does a better split than Harley. I'm pretty sure I can get this to bend. There we go. Bend forward. It was just really stuck. And then we see some cell shading there on the inside of her leg. So she can bend forward that deep and then backwards. So very flexible. Single cut on the knee. So only Batman has the double jointed knees. And then her feet only waggle side to side. A little bit up, but I don't know if it's because it's meant to go up. I just think it's because of the plastic that's a little dainty. So I'm thinking you can only go side to side. So as far as issues go, other than this plastic flash that I need to cut off later on, the rest of the figure looks perfectly fine. Let's see what we got here as far as stamping goes. Maybe let's see if the camera picks it up. It says made in China, DCC as 20, and then in 05120. I don't know what these numbers mean. I was hoping to see a year, but I believe all of these are older stock that McFarlane is releasing, so I guess that's what this means. These are from 2020, maybe? I don't know. So yeah, let me just pause 1 second, and we're gonna have to look at all of the accessories for all of the figures. So give me just 1 second. And again, I keep forgetting size comparison. Let's just bring in Batman. She barely makes it up to his shoulders. There you go. All right. For accessories, so Batman comes with his Batarang, one Batarang, which is also cell shaded, half black, half blue. It's a pretty standard Batarang. It's pretty thick, considering the size, but I guess if it's still, a children's toy, you gotta make it safe, right? It's flexible, so it's not hard plastic. So that's the Batarang. He also comes with a hand with his grapple gun already molded into it. That's on the inside, so you can see how he holds it. So he has, oh, okay, I see. So he has his thumb on top, his trigger finger on top, right here, and then the last 3 fingers between the shaft. So he's got these 2 fingers holding the other end of the grapple, and his thumb and his pinky finger underneath holding the base, which is weird. Probably would have, I guess you could have, I guess if it does trigger on top, I guess that makes sense, right? That he holds it almost like a gun, right? And it does go hinge. It's a little stuck, so I don't want to break it, but it does hinge like all the others, just going side to side. Let me see if I can put it on the figure to see how it looks. It's a little hard. The hand that came in on the figure popped out pretty quickly. There we go. And this is how it looks with the hand with the grappling gun. No holes or anything for future accessories. So can he look up as he's about to release one of his batarangs or grappling hooks? Sure. Right. And then he also comes with 2 other sets of hands. Right. So he's got 2. Oh, let me see. 2 gripping hands. Sorry, there. I guess you can look at them better here. Focus. There you go. So these again are just all in black with a little splash of blue. So they're the same hand, left and right. I'm guessing this is to hold the batarang or something else. If you have a, no, I don't think this is for the batarang. And then he also has these other sets of holding hands, which I believe these are the ones for the batarang. Again, they all hinge side to side. Let's see if this is made to hold the batarang. Yeah, these are the ones made to hold the batarang. So the other ones, I don't know. I mean, there's no other accessory in the pack. So if you have like an external grappling hook or something that you can attach to them, you can use these for as well. But let me just put on his let me see, can we put on this one? Without much trouble. There you go. I would probably heat the wrist up in order to hinge the hand all the way in, because it's not completely set all the way in. You can still see some of that peg exposed between the wrist and the back, the palm of his hand, right? So I would heat this up in order to, before applying any of the swappable hands. But let me put on his standard fist, the one that he came with. Yeah, you see this one came in pretty easy. So probably need to heat up just to get the other hands, just to make it easier to put the other hands on the figure. Okay, let's try then. Let's try Harvey Bullock. I said let's try Harvey Bullock. Okay, so as I was saying, with Harvey Bullock, we have all of these accessories. First off, how cool is this? So he does come with handcuffs with an actual metal chain. So that's a cool detail there. Instead of using molded plastic, they used an actual chain. Still looks flimsy though. Don't try and like stretch it or anything, because it's probably gonna break. But still, you know, it's a neat add-on. They didn't have to use actual chain, right? The cuffs don't work, are not functional. But I'm guessing you can remove the hands from, let's say, the Joker or Harley, and you can just slide these through from the wrist, and then put back the hand so you can have them, you know, in cuffs. We'll try that out a little bit later. He also comes with two donuts, two chocolate donuts, one whole donut and one with a piece missing. And then he comes with two extra sets of hands. So we've got this set of gripping hands. I'm not sure if you can use this to hold one of the donuts. No. And then another set of gripping hands or pointing hands. Maybe this one will hold a donut. There you go. That'll do. Although it's not wise to hold a donut like this, or so you're gonna get chocolate all over your finger. So again, if you have some extra accessories, this is probably good for like a gun accessory or something. And then I guess you can put the handcuffs through his, maybe this one. I guess you can hang them from the thumb, but not really. Yeah, he can't hold on to the handcuffs. But yeah, he does. Again, I'm just pulled out the the hand that comes inside the set. Again, I'll probably warm it up just to avoid breaking the pegs, because these do look a little too thin for my taste, considering the bulk of the figures, right? Especially Harvey, I would have preferred a larger, thicker stem here in order to plug into the to the sleeve here. But yeah, so that's the Harvey's accessories. All right. As for the Joker, he also comes with two extra sets of hands and an accessory. So here we have one of his famous laughing fish. See if we can get a closer look at him. There we go. Decently enough, you know, the paint. No cell shading on this one. Yeah, like I said, decent enough. No, what else do you expect from a dead fish with Joker lips, right? And then we've got this set of extra hands, almost like you know, pistol holding hands. And then these set of hands can also work as, you know, pistol holding hands. But again, no pistol, you know, even the gag gun that he has that only shoots out the flag that says, you know, bang or pow or whatever. But if you have one laying around, let's see if any of these can hold the fish. There you go. I guess you can use this as you know, deadly weapon, right? So you can whack Batman over the head with it. And again, let's see if we can remove one of these hands. There we go. That came out pretty easy. Let's see how easy it is to put in. Much easier than on the Harvey Bullock and the Batman. So there you go. You can have Joker holding his Joker fish. All right, on to Harley. All right, and lastly we have here Harley Quinn, and her accessories. First, let's look at this Joker scepter. Nicely painted as well. Let's see if we can get a better look at that face. There we go. A little paint smudge over there. Other than that, the teeth aren't painted as nicely, but again, we're looking at it really up close here. Oh, you can even see that it has eyes. Or is that just a trick of the light? Let's see, let's get it to focus. Will it focus? Will it focus? Come on. I want to see if he has eyes, because it almost looked like he had black dotted eyes. Come on, focus. It won't focus. But let me see up close. It kind of does look like he's got black dotted eyes. And then, of course, just his furled neck thingy, the handle. Now it won't focus at all. And then, yeah, just a red half circle at the bottom. And then she also comes with us 2 sets of spare hands. So she comes with this red and black set of holding hands, like gun, trigger hands. I don't think these can, maybe this can hold this, yeah. Very loosely. I don't know, maybe give this to Joker as well, but I believe this is Harley's accessory. But she doesn't hold on to it that well. Well, unless we slide it all the way to the top, because you can see there is a taper to it. So she can hold it on if she's holding on to it right at the top. And then these extended open hands. You can almost like shake on them, right? But anyway, these could probably you can use these, relaxed hands, or when she's doing some acrobatics and all of that, you could probably use these. Let's see if we can pop one of these out just to make sure. That came out real easy. Got some paint smudge on the inside there. So these look like they were all cast in black and painted red. All right, that came out. That went in fairly easy. I'm still not convinced that this is for her, but this is the only accessory that. Sorry, I guess something with the video limit. So as I was saying, this looks to be all of the accessories that came with her, but we're having a hard time her holding on to the scepter. So I guess we can give this to the Joker as well. Okay, but yeah, so that's Harley Quinn. Let me just pause and give you my final thoughts. So, all in all, not a bad set. Just as I was trying to get this last shot, the Joker figure is probably the hardest one to pose. Okay, as I was saying before I was really interrupted, um, yeah, this set is pretty cool. The only thing that I thought would be the harder figure to pose would have been the Harley Quinn, just because of her smaller feet and overall tinier stature. But actually, she can pose pretty well. The Joker, on the other hand, is the one that's a little bit harder to pose because since you can tilt his feet, uh, if you want to pose him in like an A stance, like I have him right now, it's gonna be a little bit trickier since he doesn't have the ankle tilt. Harvey Bullock, you're probably only gonna pose him one way, which is like I have him right now. And Batman, since Batman does have the ankle tilt, he's a little more posable. But yeah, the Joker's just gonna be the one that's gonna be a little more trickier to handle. But yeah, other than that little issue on the bridge of his nose, by the tip of his nostrils, on the Joker, no major QC issue. All of the hands, sorry, all of the joints came out nice and stiff. Um, just fixed the extra plastic by the on the black arm of Harley Quinn, by her elbow joint. Just removed that extra flash of plastic. But yeah, overall everything came out nice. All of the figures are painted nice, or at least where the paint apps should go. Um, but yeah, other than that, is it worth the $99? Well, like I said, it's these figures are no longer available. Um, and if you want to get them at the secondary market, as far as I understand, they are highly sought after. Maybe not the Harvey Bullock, and also they're practically 25 bucks each. You just gotta pay for them all at once, and even if say, oh, the Harvey Bullock is a deal breaker, well, you can probably sell them online, get your money back and then some, and just get another figure. I plan on getting the Catwoman from the Adventures Continue. It's not the exact style as the Batman animated series, but it's pretty close, and and I think she'll fit right in with this set. So I'll probably gonna get that. And then if there's a Robin in the future, maybe some other characters that McFarlane / DC Direct release, if they come out nicely, then I'll probably get them as well. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, I'll catch you all on the next one.